In the bed you sound so musical, in the club you scream. God like gaze, you're so beautiful, but you're not for me. I can't sleep lately, I'm just trying to find peace. Classic melodies, I just wanna be free. I'm sorry, darling, I can't breathe. There's no room for us, there's no room for us. I said, darling, can you see? There's no room for us, there's no room. Now our lives are changing, promises keep slipping, and I always knew it wasn't you, it wasn't you. Now our lives are changing, promises keep slipping, and I always knew it wasn't you, it wasn't you. And she said, boys are it coming from a mile away, not as sleek as you think. DMs early in the AMs, I'm not Becky from the street. All this time, baby, our love was so deep. You can't sleep lately, but what about me? I'm sorry, darling, I can't breathe. There's no room for us, there's no room for us. I said, darling, can you see? There's no room for us, there's no room. Now our lives are changing, promises keep slipping, and I always knew it wasn't you, it wasn't you. Now our lives are changing, promises keep slipping, and I always knew it wasn't you, it wasn't you.
Standing right in front of me, you used to be someone to me. You took all of my energy and had some infidelities. The real estate inside my head you took is never coming back, but you said that it wasn't personal. And every time you lied to me, it's like I didn't want to see, cause I thought you were beautiful, and beauty doesn't want to be mischievous and devious and set a fire unto us, but you were never beautiful at all. I wasn't fine to begin with, walked out those lines to begin with, but you forced me to work on myself because you put me through hell. I guess I should thank you for that.
I'm okay, but it was a real close call. You went from a walk to a crawl, headed to the Berlin Wall. I was panicking, but hey, I guess that I survived you, and that shit was hard to do. I've had every shade of blues since I met you.
I think that I'm over it, but then I see you out again, laughing with a group of friends. There he is, you're holding hands, makes me feel pathetic and a little bit erratic. So I drink till I can't stand, and you know I won't confront you, even though it's all I wanna do. Probably best to just ignore it, both impossible and true.
I wasn't fine to begin with, walked all those lines to begin with, but you forced me to work on myself because you put me through hell.
Thank you for that.
I'm okay, but it was a real close call. You went from a walk to a crawl, headed to the Berlin Wall. I was panicking, but hey, I guess that I survived you, and that shit was hard to do. I've had every shade of blues since I met you. She loves me, not the pedal. nothing we rise up, no matter what's in my way. Rise up, I will do what it takes. I will keep on fighting. I'll rise through it all. Rise up, no matter what's in my way. Rise up, I will do what it takes. I will keep on fighting. I'll rise through it all. Rise up. Rise up.
So day 2 here in Newport, another light day in prospect for the XS52 Super Series Newport Trophy. Good day yesterday for the Value team, came away with a second and a third. We're with Pom Green. Pom, how was that first day? I mean, ahead of expectations, or are you bang on what you expected?
Certainly it went went probably better than expected, but it was just one of those days where you get the rub of the green and it was a clean, it's kind of simple race when you get out in front.
But maybe a little bit of a comparison, very different to Palma. You had a pretty tough time in Palma.
Yeah, absolutely. I think we were pretty rusty in Palma, hadn't done enough sailing, and we had it's kind of similar here, but it's just you sort of get your breaks and you take them, and as I said yesterday, you sort of got the roll of the dice.
And tell us a little bit more about the team. How's the team developed over the years? I mean, you came in, I think, 3 years ago, and you're competitive now. What's the key for teams thinking about coming into the circuit?
I think obviously it's quite daunting when you first come in for a new team, particularly with certain less experience as a group, and with time comes experience, with experience comes results. In the end, I think it's just a matter of chipping away, trying to stay with it, and the losses in corners and things like that are potentially still there, but it gets a lot less, and that's the sort of things you can't give away. Giving away half a boat length every leeward mark is really painful, because suddenly you go from sort of a good position to the cheap seats, and it becomes sort of the tentacles come out and you get dragged back through the fleet, which is why days like yesterday, when you sort of stretch away, we had some pace as well, which is great, but we sort of stretch away, keep it clean, and you can stay there. Certainly the middle of the fleet is super tough.
Take us behind the curtain. Obviously, you're totally unique. I mean, pretty much unique in Grand Prix sailing. As a family team, you have 6 members of the Whitcraft family on board. How does it all work?
It's just a fantastic group of people, and I think the expectation, we never really set goals. The goals are kind of obvious. You do the best you can as an individual and as a team, and they're just a fantastic family. It's great to be around, and we have a great time off the water as well. Dinners together, cooking's a big deal, Thai meals are a big deal, and just as a group it's really important, and that's what it's about.
I laughed because I heard there's still debates about who fills the dishwasher.
Yeah, I think now we've got quite a few chefs now as well, which doesn't help, but when it comes to Thai cooking, but yeah, all going on.
And you know what they say, too many chefs?
Oh yes, spoils the broth.
Indeed. Have a great day, Pom. We'll see you later. Thank you
very much.
So there we go then, Pom Green, the project manager really for the Value team, main sheet trimmer, does a number of different Grand Prix projects at the same time, but Value in a good position. Let's see how they get on today. So with Morgan Reeser, the coach of the Platoon Aviation team. Morgan, how do you feel being back in Newport, a place you know well?
Thrilled to be back here. Had the Olympic trials here in 1988. Fondly remember that.
How old were you then?
It was like yesterday.
But yeah, it's not changed a lot, has it?
No, to be honest, I mean, especially early in the season, it's a spectacular place to sail. So,
how are things with the Platoon Aviation team? Obviously, you had a pretty tough introduction with a new boat in Palma, but you're moving in the right direction.
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of different components to the new boat, and we're gradually learning them and gradually getting better.
A day like yesterday, is that good in that scenario?
Wasn't great for us, but we survived, and we're getting to know the boat. So every day is a new day for us.
Give us a little bit of an insight. What's the process there in terms of getting to know the new boat and what makes it move?
Well, kind of everything feeds back into the rudder angle. We're always watching that. So getting rake, sail trim, boat trim, heel, feeding back so we get the optimum rudder angle, and a lot of moving targets. So,
meantime, the team are happy. How's it behind the scenes in terms of the dynamics?
we're not happy yet.
And when's that going to happen?
Well, luckily we don't spell fun W-I-N, but
Really?
But yeah, really. But the goal is we keep getting better, and this year the goal is the Worlds.
Good stuff. And what's going to happen today in terms of weather?
Better than yesterday, maybe 10 to 14. So we'll take that. Another gorgeous sea breeze day.
What do you like most about Newport off the water?
Great friends here, nice restaurants, always festive.
And you speak the language?
I forgot that. Yeah, that helps.
Great. Have a great day, Morgan. Thank you much.
Good stuff.
So there we go. Morgan Racer, then the coach of the Platoon Aviation team. A little bit more breeze today. What a great place to go racing. Beautiful first morning here in Newport, Rhode Island. It's the first time in the 13-year history of the 52 Super Series that we've ever come to this historic venue, home of the America's Cup for so long, a global centre for Grand Prix yacht racing, and we're here of course for the XS 52 Super Series Newport Trophy, second regatta of the season. We've got 10 boats racing. We've got Phoenix, who won the last regatta of last season, back in the fold. We're going to have a great week. So the first race off the start line was quite light breezes, only 7 or 8 knots, but it's all about the start off the line. It's Quantum Racing off the middle of the line with Sled. Off the pin end of the line we have Value, and they lead up to the top mark. Round the top mark was Quantum Racing powered by American Magic with a little bit of a lead over Sled. Value in third. They've actually got quite a jump on the fleet, head down the first run with a good lead, and it's only on the second upwind that Value get through Sled. Finishing order, well, the hometown team, Quantum Racing powered by American Magic, win. Second are Team Value from Thailand, and third Sled, the 2021 champions. There was slightly more breeze for the start of the second race, probably around about 10 knots off the start line. Well, it was still all about the start off the pin end of the line. Well, Gladiator, good time on distance, came away from the line well, led round the top mark. Quantum Racing powered by American Magic were not quite so good, but were in the mix coming round the top mark. Second beat, Quantum Racing got through Gladiator, and it was really on the final run into the finish line where Quantum Racing came through with the lead, but Phoenix got through for a really good second with Tina Plattner driving her first race for some years, and through in third were Team Value. So a really solid day, 2 wins for Quantum Racing powered by American Magic.
The speed was awesome on our boat today. The trimmers, Harry was driving really well. There were small shifts throughout the day that I think we capitalized on, but otherwise we sailed really simple beats, really simple runs, 1-2 tacks, 1-2 jibes, so very happy.
Just strong teamwork, We've been here a couple of days just training and just working on the maneuvers, making sure we're all working together, and it's all paying off.
Nice day to start out the event, and we definitely are happy with the results.
So after 2 races, Quantum Racing powered by American Magic leading with 2 wins, 2 points, second Value 5 points, and third Phoenix on 8 points. Well, 2 light wind races, a gentle introduction to the joys of Newport. 2 good wins for the hometown heroes today. Quantum Racing powered by American Magic, but also a strong day for Value, and also Phoenix coming back into the circuit. 2 different drivers and 2 solid results, lying third overall, but a great day's racing. Well, there you go. As Morgan Reeser says, fun is not always spelt W-I-N, but I think Platoon Aviation would definitely like to start doing some W-I-N-N-I-N-G winning and putting some points on the table. Not their best start, a 4th yesterday, but the world champions, as Morgan's saying, looking forward to try and retain their title here next month. But good day in prospect, really. Breeze is a little bit more than we saw yesterday. Probably got 11-12 knots on the start line. A little bit bumpier than yesterday at this point. Of course, we're an hour later in the day, so the sea breeze is a little bit stronger. So Quantum Racing, powered by American Magic, the hometown team very much. With these 2 wins yesterday, running through their processes. Interesting to be alongside them and see how they set up. They're relaxed and confident, I would say, this morning. I think there was a few nerves through the fleet yesterday. Of course, this is a brand new venue for the 52s. Many of the pros on board have sailed here many times, but in the 52s, in this fleet, it's something different. And the subtleties of the race course, these little shifts that were critical yesterday. So anyway, we're going into race 3 and race 4 today. Programme is quite interesting this week because in effect we have Friday is devoted to the Around the Island race, which is part of the New York Yacht Club's annual regatta. So most of our teams, we believe, will do this fun race. Doesn't count for points. But otherwise, well, as I say, Quantum Racing looking pretty relaxed just now. We're just alongside, still just made their final sail choices for the day. Just been alongside with their coach boat. Final input from super coach James Line, who knows this area as well as anybody. But I say they really are pretty confident after yesterday. They generally were good in Palma. A couple of not so good results, principally at the end of the week on the final day. So keep doing what they were doing yesterday. Quantum Racing, as Terry Hutchison was always fond of saying, it's a marathon, not a sprint. For those of you looking at the circuit leaderboard, well, maybe it's a little bit ominous. Some slow starters this season, obviously losing Privezza, who are not doing the full season. Well, you'd have to maybe think that Quantum might be favourites for the season this year. Somebody was telling me yesterday they already have a lead of over 10 points. But looking at them going upwind just now, see much breezier conditions. Now I wonder how that's going to play out for the Value team. As Pom Green acknowledging in our pre-race day interview, saying the older TP52 goes better in the lighter conditions, but they're pretty competitive in terms of tactics and speed generally, and be interesting to see whether they can maintain that momentum they built yesterday with a second and a third in these slightly breezier conditions. The breeze is very definitely up and down. Certainly potentially a little bit stronger up the left side looking upwind, but you might get some land effect from the right. Breeze I think was at 240 if I heard right. It's a little bit further to the right than yesterday. We were in 210. And a special word also for the Phoenix team, our South African flag team, Hasso and Tina Platner. One race helmed apiece and came away with a sixth and a second, which is pretty good going coming back into this fleet after having stood out the Palma event. So they're starting not quite from ground zero here. They did do some training earlier on in the season in Valencia, but really they were, as Ed Baird said, they really concentrated on keeping it as simple as possible, managing the risks. So they took the little risks when they saw them, and we saw that on that last run, second race, where they made little gains down the run, nice positioning, getting the little bit of shift and a little bit of extra pressure rolling over a Gladiator and Value to get second. So let's see how the day goes. Plenty of other contenders we could see shining today. I think Overdue is a good solid day from the Platoon team. Just didn't get the best of starts in the second race yesterday. Went away out to the right side, taking a little bit of a risk, a bit of a gamble to try and find something magical, but unfortunately they were still pretty deep in the fleet. But say they're overdue a good solid day with 2 good results. And as Morgan said, just learning the boat day by day. It doesn't happen overnight. And as he was saying in a nice interview that I did with him for the upcoming edition of Seahorse, just saying they had the previous boat for 6 years or 7 years, I think it was, and it took them. They had that number of years of experience learning the very small details, just where everything's intuitive, and you don't have to think about changing gears. You can just focus on the small details of the tactical side of the racing. So we're going into the final countdown. Five minutes to go, and let's see how things are shaping up. Quantum looking towards the pin end of the line. 4 minutes to go, or just under 4 minutes. Platoon potentially looking at the right end of the line. Certainly gravitating towards that side. Gladiator, remember yesterday they had one good one, one not so good. Started off the committee boat end of the line yesterday, and really that was a passport to the lower third of the fleet. And then had a good, better second race. Always about consistency in this fleet. Avoiding, as the great Nicholas Sandstrom used to say, avoiding the soft shockers. And always trying to be going forward in the fleet after the top mark, for sure. That's for sure the mood atmosphere in the Platoon Aviation camp is pretty buoyant all in all. These guys are super professional. And as one of Britain's leading Olympic coaches used to say, you don't become an idiot overnight. And for sure, Platoon Aviation will be firing on all cylinders. Could well be looking at their 4th World Championship title when we're back here next month. Sled yesterday, good in the first race, faded a little bit in the second race. Allegra, who showed so well in Palma, just didn't manage to close out the final day. Well, they had a penalty in that second race yesterday, and that really cost them. But once again yesterday, it was the starts were absolutely critical. There's no options for comeback in this fleet. And although Nevin Snow yesterday was saying in his post-race interview that he felt the starts were not the best they could have done, they were certainly good enough, especially in that first race. First race a little bit, a few of the teams a little bit line shy, a little bit ring rusty. Anyway, 1 minute or just less than 1 minute to go. Gladiator Guillermo Parada looking to try and retain the committee vote end of the line. Actually just ducking down now, trying to find a gap. Quantum Racing, powered by American Magic, have a nice lane. They have Platoon just to leeward, but the key thing for them is they've got space to dive off into. Vayu going for the pin end of the line, along with Interlude. Austin Fragaman is not on board today, so I'm guessing it'll be Chris Matthew who's steering, a little bit line shy. Correspondingly, I think Vayu of a little bit early. Coming up, it's all about the final speed build, and the gun goes. A nice start from Platoon if we're clear. If we're clear, then that's a good start from Vasco and the Platoon team, but actually Phoenix are over the start line. Phoenix are over the line, having to recross, which is expensive for them. So just a little bit early. Good start from Platoon Aviation, nailed it. Also a good start from Value this end of the line. Interlude going well, but just back on Value. Quantum Racing powered by American Magic. Just got a reasonable start, but just were behind Platoon. Platoon were right on the gun. So they're getting a better angle now. Actually, Quantum Racing powered by American Magic are bow forward on Platoon. Platoon seemingly not able to capitalise on that start. Value, of course, now just a little bit pinned. They need to have the boat speed to move forward on the fleet, otherwise they're held on this side by Interlude. Interlude third in Palma. Very much a hometown team as well. Austin and Gwen Fragaman were the hosts last night of our owners' dinner in the Harbour Court in the New York Yacht Club. So once again, this split in the fleet. I think 3 boats or 4 boats going to the right, led by Gladiator and Sled. Quantum Racing powered by American Magic, probably best of this left side group. So for sure, it seemed like yesterday the early right, or the tracker certainly seems to favour the early right. Sled, as we've said a few times, also very much a home team boat. I think this is probably, like a few others, this is the first time that the actual boats have been at home, as it were, on home waters. These 3 boats, principally Sled, Interlude and Quantum Racing powered by American Magic, all fly the Burgee, the flag of the New York Yacht Club. This is the first time, certainly, that I think all 3 of them have actually raced off Newport. It's a little bit of a speed test between Quantum and Platoon Aviation. I don't think Platoon are doing too badly. Just to leeward of Quantum, but also very much in the mix. A good start this time from Paprec. Paprec in 4th just now, but we've got good pace, good height. Have some Stefan Neber, our project manager, main sheep swimmer, was telling me he's got new sails for this regatta. Seems to be working quite well for them just now in 3rd or 4th. Now Value just now quite pinned. Don Whitcraft on the helm has to work to build his height to get up to Interlude. Certainly wouldn't cross Interlude at the moment. Way over on the right side you have Allegra, Gladiator and Sled. Sled have Murray Jones and Ado Stead as the afterguard, both past winners here. So unfortunately then a lot of work to do for the Phoenix. It's a long way back when you jump the start gun. However, that's the price you pay in this fleet. So probably over halfway up this first beat, race 3, XS52 Super Series Newport, a Rhode Island trophy. So Interlude tack. Couldn't really live where they were any longer. I kind of feel that Platoon's hand is strengthened all the time where they are. Just moving forward, waiting for Quantum to go. Quantum have tacked away. Platoon will carry on. They're pretty much bow to bow for me just now. But a big split between that 3 out on the right, which our tracker has them in 1, 2, 3 just now. So Quantum now having tack look to be quite high on port tack. Now bow number 1, Platoon Aviation tack, as do Team Val on this left side. Now it's all about the angle that Gladiator, Allegra and Sled come back at us at. At this point yesterday it was looking good for them, but there seemed to be a progressive lefty, a progressive lift on this side. And in terms of separation between Interlude, for example, and Paprecht below them, between Val and Paprecht below them, Val just seemed to be lifting very slightly. Good pressure on this side now. In Alpha Plus coming out this side obviously didn't get the best of starts. So by the looks of things, Allegra, Gladiator and Sled going pretty much out to our starboard tack lay line. Evan Snow yesterday saying their watchword yesterday was keeping it simple, minimising the tacks and jibes. Still liking Val on this left side. Going well in this moderate breeze. Nice lane, untroubled by anyone just now, but they will be, of course, coming in on port. Good positioning from Quantum, as they can control this group on the left at the moment. I think they're certainly bow forward in that, but so there we go. Gladiator, Allegra and Sled have now tacked on that right side. Allegra closest to lay line, are pretty much on lay line by the looks of things. We've got a few of the maxi teams out training today. For the annual regatta. Right then, so To me, these boats on the right look to be quite high on starboard. I kind of think it looks good for these boats out on the right, or our right. We're, as usual in the TV boat, we're just alongside the most left side boat. I would still think to me there's still slightly better pressure on this left side, just watching how you see the small variations in heel angle for the boats on the right. Breeze is generally quite steady though, I think. Certainly steadier than yesterday. We have probably 11 knots. And Nevin Snow yesterday paying tribute very much to the speed team on the Quantum Racing powered by American Magic, saying they had awesome speed. Certainly once again looking pretty quick. It'll be fairly close coming round this top mark. There's no big differentials so far, but hard work when you're behind looking at Interlude and Alpha Plus and Phoenix. Patrick still in the mix. It's a longer upwind in this breeze. I didn't actually hear, but I imagine it's 1.8 this time. So important from the race officer's point of view to set the windward leg the right ideal length to make sure the fleet's not too bunched up in the wind speed that we have. So it's generally this would be 1.8. We go up to 2 miles and the stronger breezes, sometimes just a little bit more. So there we go. I'd still put my money on this left side. We'll see how this goes, but Quantum certainly crossing Allegra just now. And probably would cross all 3 boats on front who've gone right. And therefore I wouldn't mind having a little flutter, a little bet on the Value or Quantum. Quantum have the better position. Not quite, sorry, it's Sledge or the most left side boat of that right side group. So bounced away by Quantum. Quantum coming up and tacking underneath Platoon. So they weren't able to cross Platoon. That is advantage Platoon in the meantime. It's all about the picking the lane into the top mark. And it's going to be pretty busy. Value actually potentially a little bit overstood, I think. Yeah, Value actually just a little bit overstood on the spacer mark. They're coming in on port now. So this is when you need to hold your nerve and be totally confident in your positioning, but they've got speed. Patrick just crossing in front of Quantum, really on port. I think that was pretty close, but that has kind of opened the door for Patrick. Sorry, it has opened the door for Value a little bit. So around the top mark, well, it is Value just ahead, getting their bow down now. Quantum just a little bit caught on the mark, just shooting it perfectly actually, Harry Mel just did. But Value then get a little bit of a jump. Patrick get round, actually roll over the top of Quantum. So Patrick, Sledder next, then Gladiator, sorry, then Allegre, Gladiator a little bit tight on the mark, Platoon in the end quite deep, Alpha Plus, and in the end Phoenix not too far out of it. But pretty close on the top mark. Value then well set. So Value then a clear lead, early jibe from the sled team, I think it is. All credit then to the Value team. We were saying, could they survive in or could they perform in the slightly stronger conditions, and indeed they did. They came off that pin end of the line perfectly. Patrick looked quick upwind, didn't have the best of starts, but they had a good lane. And Quantum just a little bit tight on that ley line, coming round the top mark, having to shoot. But that's your top three just now. Probably 70 metres between Quantum and Gladiator. Platoon Aviation chasing hard on the tail of Gladiator, who jibe away. Quantum jibe early. Quantum, nice jibe, just lots of power out of the jibe, bow almost lifting. So Newport giving us much better conditions. Yesterday we have these nice big puffy cumulus clouds over the island, over Rhode Island. Nice little gusts and puffs, which are great opportunities to make gains, pick up the gusts and ride them for as long as possible. So we're on the first run, race number 3 of the XS 52 Super Series Newport Trophy. Day 2, the race leader is Value, who were second after day 1. Really taking it to the hometown heroes. Quantum Racing powered by American Magic. And what a great story the Thai team are. Lovely insight from Palm this morning. 6, I think, members of the Whitcraft family, 2 brothers who own the boat. So the brothers and cousins all sailing at the highest possible level in this 52 Super Series fleet. Being chased by Jean-Luc Petithugenen's Patrick team. Jean-Luc, lifetime sailor. and a big supporter of sailing in France. Still have a number of amateurs on board, still trying to provide a pathway for younger offshore sailors in France, bringing them into the Grand Prix platform. Patrick also support one of the leading IMOCAs. And Jean-Luc would very much like to add a race win if the team could possibly manage it this week. So Value hold out a little bit out to this right side. Nice breeze on this right side. Patrick are in a nice little puff just beside us. Pulling back a little bit of distance on Value in front. Nice breeze call then, I think, from Loic Perron. In fact, just digging their bow a little bit, need to sort their trim out, but they've got enough breeze on this side. Maybe Value have lost out a little bit on this right side looking downwind. All about the angles coming into this leeward gate. I'm pretty sure that it's Tina Plattner who's steering. We can see Hasso-Plattner's super yacht out watching on the Visione. He's at the leeward gate, keeping an eye on his team. Won't be very happy with that start, but they're getting their way back into the race. Now then, Value got good pressure coming into the leeward gate. I think they've actually gained against Quantum. Platoon over on that left side. A little bit of chop building up now that the breeze has been in, the sea breeze has been in since before the start. I don't think Value have lost anything. I think they're now looking pretty comfortable. Nick Rogers calling the shots. I think they've done quite well down that run actually compared to Platoon, for example. Platoon now quite far back compared to Value. Value really on fire. You have to remember, I think, wasn't it the second regatta last year, Scarlino, where they were in contention into the last day, and if anything they've pulled out on the Paprec coming in at speed. And actually these two have actually built quite a nice little lead drop from the Patrick team on the left of mark. Value leading round the leeward gate. And the right mark, I would say the left mark's probably got a little bit of bias on it, but sure at the moment with the thing for Patrick is having to go underneath the leeward side of the boats coming down wind just now. So actually these first two boats are well clear. And now it gets busy. So first round was Value, second Paprec, third in the end I think on the left hand mark looking upwind will be Quantum Racing powered by American Magic. Platoon round next on the left hand mark, on the right hand mark it's Sled being pursued by Interlude. Interlude have got back into this, so too have Gladiator who are chasing Allegre. Phoenix and Alpha Plus still got some ground to catch up. A little bit of a sloppy, untidy drop from the Gladiator, not able to get the kite away. Still on the bow as they go upwind. So now then, this is going to be interesting watching how Value's choice of the early right, whether that plays off for them, considering they came off the pin and went left. So is that a brave choice, or is that an attacking move? But as ever, you know, great to see two different boats up leading. Very close racing just now between Platoon and Allegre. Platoon couldn't live in Allegre's dirt. Allegre meantime just to leeward off Quantum Racing powered by American Magic. Quantum really nicely set up, just lifting away actually from Allegre. We now have a good 13-14 knots of breeze. I think actually what you're seeing now is boats starting to be a little bit overpowered, certainly looking at Paprec. But really fantastic conditions. You'd be inclined to say it's champagne conditions, which I think you're allowed to say on day two, but if we're still seeing that at the end of the week, then you'd be kind of happy. So Quantum tacking away, obviously finding a little shift I would imagine, or wanting to get back to the fleet. To the right, they're a long way behind Value now. Actually Value actually look to be a little bit lifted on starboard over where they are. I feel they're diverging away from Allegre, who we're right beside. Patrick have tacked, and this will be a great confidence booster for the French team. Didn't have the best of starts yesterday, down in the lower ranks in the second race. But you have to reflect, it's a big commitment for the owners to come here. One of the reasons we do 2 regattas, but for sure everybody being rewarded by these fabulous conditions just now. This is what we come for. Most of all, the most important thing is the conditions on the race course. Sometimes, and only sometimes, we compromise a little bit on what's ashore, but Newport delivering on every front just now. So Gladiator with a little bit of work to do to try and get into the podium positions. Phoenix, in the words of Terry Hutchison, just chipping away, trying to take boats, make a few meters, a few little gains here and there after that early start. So up to 6th at the moment, 6th or 7th. Allegra then working this left side beside us. I kind of figure it's looking quite good for them just now. Certainly not losing out significantly to the boats on the right, to Value and Paprec. Once they attack, I think they'll have quite a nice angle, but they've got good pressure just now. A little bit up and down momentarily, but so much 470 talent on board the Allegras, we often mention, augmented this season by past 470 world champion and 2021 Olympian Sylvia Mass. Multi-generational 470 talent, going back from Andy Hemmings, who did the 92 games, I think, from memory, all the way through to 2021. Olympic gold medalist in Will Ryan, double world champion in Nick Asher. So Fleet started to separate, started to stretch out a little bit, as you would normally expect on this second upwind. But yeah, Value keeping it tight at the front. Paprec in second, Quantum Racing, Power to American Magic in third. No big change, but for sure the top two boats looking pretty comfortable. You'd have to consider it's, at the moment, it's their race to lose. And in this breeze, 13, 14 knots. Just a matter of keeping focus. Playing the fleet, keeping the fleet behind you. Now Patrick are pretty close, they seem to be very quick. Now I wonder whether they can get separated away from Value on the run. Certainly their choice of lane, the choice of breeze coming downwind on the last run was quite impressive. So Value coming from the high right this time, with Patrick not far behind. Really ...150 metres or so back to Quantum, between the French boat and the regatta leaders. But really you have to pay full credit to Nick Rogers and the afterguard on the Value just now. I did wonder about their choice of the right mark looking upwind, but it's paid off just fine for them. And I wonder whether there's a nice gain for Phoenix out on the right side of that group. So Patrick very much in the hunt, only a couple of boat lengths behind the Thai team. As they approach this windward mark for the second and final time. Quantum are going to be quite deep, or maybe not, coming in from that right side. So Value then round with the lead. Next round will be a Patrick. Quantum actually have got this nicely tucked away for third. Jean-Luc at the back of the boat there. Allegra, I think, have come through quite nicely, will be fourth, gaining up that left side. Good work from them. Gladiator will cross the group coming from the right, and they're going to be quite nicely overlapped. So Allegra then coming through in fourth. Quantum are pretty much the length of the offset leg behind. Gladiator then are next, just ahead of Interlude. So pretty busy in the second half of the fleet. sled seem to have found themselves out of sorts, low on the ley line, and having to come in with a late hitch on port. But Interlude's round next. Then Alpha Plus side by side with Platoon Aviation. Actually, Phoenix in the end, 9th, and 10th is going to be sled. So Value and Paprec very much launched down this final run with a big lead. So Platoon, unfortunately, once again going backwards in the fleet in this race. Go for the early jibe. Though it's a little bit of a messy jibe. I think that was the late call, getting the kite caught in between the jib, and that's a real, what should we say, not an America's Cup winning drop hoist. That was a late call from Vasco, I think. Team in the foredeck caught out, and that's another little loss. However, they're off and running. It's Alpha Plus doing a penalty turn by the looks of things. So looking good for Paprec on the right side, looking downwind. Value holding out quite nicely, I think. Out on the so Alpha Plus here doing their penalty turns. Value just keeping it tight on the right side, looking downwind. Paprec jibe a little bit earlier. Quantum have gone a little bit earlier. So looking pretty good for Value, though Paprec inside them and going a little bit quicker. So I wonder whether Value have let Paprec off the hook, but Value will have one jibe less probably. Looking like Paprec will have to make one more jibe in. Yeah, looking like the said Paprec made a little bit of a gain down the middle, but it's going to be all about their angle into the finish line. But pretty even between the two. Phoenix trying down that left side, looking downwind. But a lovely final run in this first race. Just sparkling downwind conditions. No significant waves as yet. Maybe we'll get a little bit more in the second race. But looking very much like a race win for the Value. But Patrick not out of it. We're just racing to get down to the finish line. Value looking actually quite comfortable as we get alongside them. Maybe Patrick can pull something back, but they have got one more jibe to do. Need more pressure. On board with the Patrick then. Can they make the difference in this final approach into the leeward gate? Doesn't look too bad for them. But no, Value just have a straight run in, picking up a little puff, a little gust for Value as they come in towards their pretty sure this is their first race win this season, and bouncing back after a pretty disappointing Palma finished 10th there. Patrick jibing now. They have a straight run into finish as well. Great first beat from them. I really was impressed by their speed as much as anything on the first upwind. I think Patrick have to be quite happy with a second. Nice puff, a nice gust for the Whitcraft family. Team Value then on course for their first race win, lying second yesterday. This will take them to 6 points. At the moment, race leader, or the regatta leaders, would still be the hometown team, Quantum Racing, powered by American Magic. But great result for the Value team. High fives through the team. But no time to celebrate. Really keep focused. Get into the second race, but they have time. Next through will be Patrick. Quantum Racing, powered by American Magic, under a little bit of pressure from Allegra. Allegra coming across with pace on a gust, but we'll have a jibe to do now. If they can jibe on this gust and stay with it and get into the mark end of the line, they can still take Quantum on the line. So watching Allegra indeed crossing in front of Quantum. They must make this jibe and come out with power. So all credit to Andy Soriano's team then, stealing the third place from under the noses of Quantum Racing, powered by American Magic. Just need to power up. So fantastic final run. It's great to just be making places. Get onto the podium, and the third place then for Andy Soriano and the Allegra team. Not so good in the first round, but making places, making gains. Quantum Racing, in contrast, will be annoyed to lose that third. Now Tony Langley's Gladiator team coming through for a fourth. Again, just a team that's chipped away in this race, making little places here and there. So fifth for Gladiator, sixth for Interlude. Interlude were slow off the line, but good work from the afterguard. Pretty much granted local status now. Cameron Appleton, Kiwi, who's been here for 17 years. Ian Moore, navigator, doing some good work. Then you see bow number 11. The Phoenix coming through. Not bad considering, so they get 7th place, 8th for Sled, 9th is going to be Platoon, and 10th will be Alpha Plus. So a race win earned off a good pin end start for Value. Good start as well, more towards the middle of the line for Paprec. Paprec held their ground on the first upwind, going quickly, maintained their lane round the top mark. These were the first two boats round the top mark. Quantum round third at the top mark, pretty much third round of course, but just losing out to Allegra on the finish line. That is very much the story of race 1 for today, race 3 of the series. Breeze is beautiful. It's only 2 o'clock local time, and we should go straight into the second race, and we are loving Newport. Join us again in a few minutes for the second race of the day.
Palm Beach Motor Yachts is proud to support the XS52 Super Series Newport, Rhode Island Trophy. The competitive spirit and drive for excellence is at the heart of all Palm Beach Motor Yachts. It's a privilege to showcase our two flagship models, the beautiful Palm Beach 70 and the exhilarating Palm Beach GT60, built using our proprietary V-Warp technology, delivering class-leading speed, performance, and unrivaled fuel efficiency. Experience a true yachtsman's powerboat. PalmBeachMotorYachts.com.
He said to be polite, the only way to get what you want, the only way they like you is to stay in line and follow the crowd. But you stand out black as the night. You know they're all lying. You know I come from pain. You say I can't complain. It's on me. The past is long gone, and the future's unknown. You are telling me, you told me. Climbing to your bright future, even though you're dying. You fell before and you keep on trying. You do it all again, now blinded by beauty. You tell the story as it is, speaking not to be understood, but it's better good. You know I come from pain. Say I can't complain. It's on me. The past is long gone, and the future's unknown. You are telling me, you told me. You are telling me, you told me. You are telling me, you told me. You are telling me, you told me.
feels like every time I get ahead, I end up going 2 steps back. So tonight, I'm just gonna let this one ride. You know what I mean?
In the bed you sound so musical, in the club you scream. God like gaze, you're so beautiful, but you're not for me. I can't sleep lately, I'm just trying to find peace. Classic melodies, I just wanna be free. I'm sorry, darling, I can't breathe. There's no room for us, there's no room for us. I said, darling, can you see? There's no room for us, there's no room. Now our lives are changing, promises keep slipping, and I'm always you. It wasn't you, it wasn't you. Now our lives are changing, promises keep slipping, and I'm always you. It wasn't you, it wasn't you. And she said, boys out here coming from a mile away, not as sleek as you think. DMs early in the AMs, I'm not Becky from the street. All this time, baby, our love was so deep. You can't sleep lately, but what about me? I'm sorry, darling, I can't breathe. There's no room for us, there's no room for us. I said, darling, can you see? There's no room for us, there's no room. Now our lives are changing, promises keep slipping, and I'm always you. It wasn't you, it wasn't you. Now our lives are changing, promises keep slipping, and I'm always you. It wasn't you, it wasn't you.
Standing right in front of me, used to be someone to me. You took all of my energy and had some infidelities. The real estate inside my head you took is never coming back, but you said that it wasn't personal. And every time you lied to me, it's like I didn't want to see, cause I thought you were beautiful, and beauty doesn't want to be mischievous and devious and set a fire unto us, but you were never beautiful at all. I wasn't fine to begin with, walked out those lines to begin with, but you forced me to work on myself because you put me through hell. I guess I should thank you for that. I'm okay, but it was a real close call. It went from a walk to a crawl. Had to tear down the Berlin Wall. I was panicking, but hey, I guess I survived you. And that shit was hard to do. I've had every shade of blues since I met you. I think that I'm over it, but then I see you out again, laughing with a group of friends. There he is, you're holding hands, makes me feel pathetic and a little bit erratic. So I drink till I can't stand, and you know I won't confront you, even though it's all I wanna do. Probably best to just ignore it, both impossible and true. I wasn't fine to begin with, walked all those lines to begin with, but you forced me to work on myself because you put me through hell. Thank you for that. I'm okay, but it was a real close call. It went from a walk to a crawl. Had to tear down the Berlin Wall. I was panicking, but hey, I guess I survived you. And that shit was hard to do. I've had every shade of blues since I met you. She loves me not the pedal.
Yeah, that was back when I could call you mine. Holding hands, falling into the riptide over and over. Yeah, we were taking off, always running, wasting our days for nothing, singing I love you, with you riding shotgun in my car. Do you remember all of the nights we spent alone? When we were burning the embers, waiting for the sunrise in the morning to bring us home. You know that I do. But tell me, do you remember? There was nothing we were scared of doing when we didn't know the way or where we were going. That was back when forever seemed a million miles away, and we didn't know it. 'Cause we were taking off, always running, wasting our days for nothing, saying I love you in the backseat of my car. Well, do you remember all of the nights we spent alone? When we were burning the embers, waiting for the sunrise in the morning, bring us home. You know that I do. But tell me, do you remember? Yeah, do you remember? Tell me, do you remember?
Well, welcome back. We're looking at the start for race 4 after a fantastic race 3. A great win for the Thai team. The Whitcraft family on Value now tied at the top of the table with Quantum Racing, powered by American Magic. Both teams on 6 points and a little gap opening up to third. So pressure on for Value in some respects. Need to keep that same level of consistency. As I said before, a sharp contrast to Palma, the first regatta of the season, when they were down in 10th at the end of that week. Nothing much changed really, according to Palm Green this morning, the project manager and main sheet trimmer, just saying that they were just short on practice, but they have shown since the start of this regatta and say tied on points just now with the Quantum Racing, powered by American Magic, who just missed out on third there. I don't know what their debrief will be down that run. I didn't feel like they left anything on the table. They didn't leave the door open particularly to Allegra, but Allegra made that gain coming down that final run. Just getting a nice shift. The breeze is round at 2:55. It was 2:40 off the start line of the first race of the day, race 3. So the breeze clocking round to the right, this sea breeze. And much the same kind of wind strength. Still quite flat water, a little bit of chop on top. But probably 13 knots just now. It's kind of generally 12 to 14. Quite puffy, but really fantastic conditions. Newport, really, this is what we came for, and told so many times in the preliminary period coming here that we could expect a little bit of everything. But quite honestly, if we dialed this in every day through until Sunday, then we'd have some very happy Super Series sailors. Not so happy at the moment. Platoon Aviation not able to impose themselves like they did last year on this new boat. Still very much in the learning phase. Interesting to hear the coach Morgan Reeser this morning say they're very much focused on retaining their World Championship title, but lining up towards the pin end of the line this time. For me, looking at the line just from our position, not taking any kind of bearings or anything, it looks like there may be a little bit more bias on the committee boat end of the line this time. Perhaps. For sure, there's Gladiator down this end of the line. Funny little situation then. Gladiator and Platoon down this end of the line. Gladiator just tacking up to windward into the lee of or certainly to the left side of Paprec. So you have Gigi Parada lining up alongside Vasco Vascotto, long time friends and teammates on the Azzurra programme, now starting alongside each other, and Gigi, I think, just giving them a little bit of breathing space to line up such as you might. They don't want to be too close in this pin end start for Platoon, so Platoon coming for the left end of the line, middle of the line, with plenty of space, really, with acres of real estate below them. This is Quantum Racing, powered by American's Magic's chance to hit the line with pace in the final seconds. And Platoon actually squeezed out and losing out badly, couldn't make the pin end of the line. They're ending up going behind the whole fleet on port. Gladiator get off the line nicely. Now Value also second rank. There was no room for them at the pin end of the line, so having to tack off early on port. So Value then in trouble, but low risk strategy working out okay for Quantum Racing, powered by American Magic. Time and opportunity to make the start they wanted. Good start once again, this time from Paprec, who are to windward of Gladiator. Gladiator won the pin, held on to it, and the door was shut on both Value and Platoon. So Value in trouble, not able to impose themselves at the pin end of the line. good start, I think, from Alpha Plus. Are good at certainly going out to the early right. But I'm liking the positioning at the moment of Quantum Racing, powered by American Magic, who just bow forwards on the boat to their left. One boat above them's had to tack off. But let's see, the breeze has been steadily clocking right. The left has paid, certainly paid for value last time. So remember, these two boats tied at the top. Value don't need to panic too much and say they have a good gap back to third. See if they can get themselves back into contention in this race. They should at least have a good chance of being second at worst, going home tonight. But yeah, Alpha Plus then going well off the right end of the line, going out on starboard. Platoon Aviation not doing too badly considering they had such a bad start. It's all about which side pays off for the moment. So Quantum Racing, powered by American Magic, very much playing the odds, going for the low risk, start well in the middle of the line, find a space, try and hit the line at speed on the gun. But really, actually, on this, or the middle of the course, Patrick looked really good. Certainly bow forward on Quantum Racing, powered by American Magic. So of course, other than the two new boats this year, that's Platoon Aviation and Allegra, Patrick are actually the newest boat in the fleet, or third newest boat in the fleet. 2019 build, Boatin Partners 236. Our Gladiator then left to their own devices out on this left side. I think the breeze is a little bit shiftier going up this first upwind. The entire fleet other than Gladiator on starboard going upwind. So I wonder whether Alpha Plus get themselves out of that right hand corner. So Gladiator tacking on this right side. Phoenix not quite so good in that right hand group. It's going to be all about who can think get out to that starboard tack ley line or close to it just now. We're way out on this left side just now, on side Gladiator, but for me, Paprec certainly looked to be quite decent. Maybe shaping up. We'll have to wait till we see how Alpha Plus fare once they tack. Certainly this left side not working at all for Gladiator at the moment. Platoon may come out of this okay. Gladiator then working hard on board now with the Gladiator. So certainly it's not looking quite like a facsimile of the previous race just now. Not sure how Guillermo Parada is feeling about their position at the moment. But it's really only going to be when we see how that right side plays out. Alpha Plus still dragging out towards the ley line. Kind of like the positioning of Allegra in the middle. You have a lower risk option taken by Nick Asher and Will Ryan. Be all about the Alpha Plus, what they face as they take their tackle, get a little starboard tackle to take them into the windward mark. It's certainly a very different scenario to what we saw in the previous race, and yesterday Alpha was looking quite good way out in that right corner. So big separation between Gladiator and Alpha Plus. Alpha Plus and Tom Burton, the Olympic gold medalist in the ILCA 7 class, doing some good work at the back of the Alpha Plus. So there we are, the boat's on that right side, starting to tack now. And not looking so good, I don't think, relative to Allegra and Sled, even in the middle of the course. So there you go, the numbers start to change. Allegra very much in the middle of the course now, starting to cross those boats on the right, and by extension then you're going to start liking the looks of Paprec and Quantum more to the left, looking how much they're crossing Sled, for example. Really I would have Paprec and Quantum. Though do look to be quite high on starboard. It looks like very different strategy coming up this first meet to the previous race. Gladiator probably not too bad actually on this left side. Sailed there in a kind of splendid isolation up on this left after coming off the pin. So still liking the look of Paprec in that group on kind of a up to windward of Platoon. Quantum Racing powered by American Magic still pushing out to the right. Going out almost to the starboard tackle line. Move and counter move, trying to protect your lane unless you're clean like Paprec. Paprec really managing to pretty much sail their own race just now in the middle of the course relative to boats to their left. Their key thing is going to be just timing their approach back on port, looking at how these boats are coming in from the right. Seem to be quite lifted, so the key for Paprec is not going to be to leave it too late, but to me it seems to be shaping up to be a pretty decent day for the French team. Potentially the best day we've seen for a long time, but going well. Boats coming from the right. It's interesting to note the different angles. I mean, they're on the same tack between Paprec and Quantum, for example. Paprec very low on starboard tack, so correspondingly coming back, you'd imagine, into the lift. Set themselves up nicely, but they are coming back on port. So looking like a pretty strong day. For the French team. Probably Platoon not too bad in the end, but breeze is quite dotty, quite up and down. Paprec need to hold their nerves. And indeed they do that, they line up nicely. So to me, Paprec going to lead round the top mark. Actually, Gladiator tacking late on port. I think they're going to be too shy on the ley line. They're really in a difficult spot there. If they can get in there, they'll do extremely well. But yeah, they're starved of breeze in there. May just be able to shoot. Guiche Parada, of course, one of the best helms in the fleet. Paprec getting around now. Gladiator managed to live in there. They ended up with Mark Room. So in the end, Patrick round with the lead. The Gladiator just behind in second. Quantum in the mix in third. Sled then, bow number 5, round in fourth. Platoon getting round, I think, in fifth. Phoenix sixth. Alpha Plus all the way out to the right side in seventh. Eighth are Allegro. Then Interlude, and in the end then Vayu in 10th. Share of the regatta lead previously. So Patrick then leading round the top mark, shaping up for a pretty decent day for them. We've got 13, 14 knots of breeze coming down this first run. Fantastic conditions. Gladiator just pressing Quantum up all the time. Gladiator trying to hold Quantum high. Patrick doing the same, trying to protect their lead. Gladiator then jibe away. Quantum on the weather hip of Patrick. Patrick really trying to protect their wind as best as possible from the Quantum. Sled pushing hard from behind. They're really fantastic conditions. Maximum focus for the Patrick team, for their trimmers, knowing they're under pressure from one of the best teams, the benchmark team for so many years on the 52 Super Series, starting to roll over the top of Patrick. So this would mean Quantum Racing would take the regatta lead if they can hang in there, which they are looking pretty good. Big disappointment in the interim for the Vayu team after having sailed 3 good races, ending up in 10th for the moment. However, good breeze, good options, maybe a chance to keep chipping away and pull back a couple of places. This is really where the top teams manage to keep chipping away and take places. So that's the acid test really for the Vayu team just now. So bow number 7. Quantum just got a little bit of pace on the Les Bleus, and indeed Patrick jiving away. Quantum just holding on, they've got good pace, good speed. And I kind of feel that Patrick have just jibed into a little lighter air. Quantum have ridden the same strand of breeze, stronger wind all the way down this run so far, being pressed hard by Sled just behind them, and Alpha Plus having a great race, or certainly an enjoyable race. So we're going into the we're in the first downwind race 4 of the series. 10 race series as usual. So Quantum still riding this Lena breeze coming downwind. Just rolling into their jibe. We'll see how they fare relative to the team which were first round the windward mark. That's the French on Paprec. But all in all, I think the same philosophy as yesterday holding true for Quantum, just keeping it simple as possible. Gladiator coming out of that left side looking quite good. See a nice bow wave for them. But really I feel like Quantum have really picked this nicely. Got the breeze. Kind of the puff, the pressure coming from the high right of the course looking upwind. But really probably it's pretty even just looking now at how Paprec are coming out that left side. Gladiator moving well. Quantum just a little bit of a lighter pressure. I feel that the boat's out on that left side heading to this first or the leeward gate. Seem to be sailing just a little bit deeper on a little bit of a header perhaps. Gladiator looked quite good coming at Quantum. I think Quantum will just about cross them. Whether Gladiator elect to jibe and stay inside them, we'll wait and see, but Quantum have just a puff, a little bit of acceleration. They're probably 3 boat lengths clear, and they jibe now. Sled will have the impetus, I think, to get through, or the momentum to come through almost to Gladiator's lee. But I would say this is actually looking quite good for Quantum. Coming in with pace. It's going to be very, very close. On the left side, actually. Paprec losing ground. Just not sure, but in a little bit of a lull, not able to maintain the pace that this group is coming down with. Losing out to Phoenix. Phoenix going well. I think this is going to be an interesting, exciting mark rounding. But I think Quantum Racing, powered by American Magic, really doing some lovely work down that run. Getting round and Phoenix jibing inside the Gladiator. So Quantum Racing, powered by American Magic, leading around the leeward gate. Phoenix held wide by Gladiator, but they're moving into their jibe now. On the right hand side we've got Platoon along with Allegre and Interlude. Phoenix there, as I say, held wide by Gladiator, but got themselves sorted out quite nicely. Losers down that run really in the end were actually Sled. Lost a couple of boats compared to the top mark. Then Alpha Plus and Value still chasing in 10th. You can see here some whistles, umpires' whistles, but for the moment I don't see any penalties, although. So Paprec losing out a little bit on that run. Outpaced initially by Quantum Racing, powered by American Magic, but Quantum sailed a lovely run. Breeze up now, starting to get this chop. So Quantum then just giving a cover on the opposition really. Gladiator working out to this left side. No big threat to Quantum. I think Quantum looked pretty secure. Allegra out to Quantum's right. So it's pretty hard physical work upwind now in this breeze. This chop building up pretty quickly. So out on that right side, or to leeward of Quantum, nice battle between the Allegra and Phoenix. Gladiator on this left side. Guiche Parada, you know, you watch him last season, this season, and one thing they're quite keen on is doing their own thing. He's a big fan of just trying to get a clear lane and letting the boat do the work, as it were. Trying to stay out of trouble, trying to stay out of the traffic. So of course Gladiator, the formerly Allegra. So that was unfortunate then for the Thai team, for the Whitcrafts, not able to find a slot towards the pin end of the line. That's always the risk you play at pay at the either end of the line. If it's where the teams want to be, then you always have a higher risk of being closed out, as that's what happened to them. Correspondingly, look at Quantum, generally going for the low risk option unless it's a very obvious and substantial advantage to be had at either end of the line. We see them more often than not starting to more towards the middle of the line, and going for good timing, and they know they have speed. And showing off just now that they're using that speed to best effect, leading this race, and as they were yesterday, they'll come back ashore. I think the way things stand at the moment, they'll come ashore with a bigger lead. All about how Value can get back into this race. So Lycra working more towards the right to leeward of Quantum. So you've just been eagle-eyed watchers will notice that as with some of the other teams, certainly Gladiator's the same. Phoenix have a system where they can swap in and out from tiller steering to wheel steering literally within minutes, depending on how the depending who wants what for the which of the helms is steering. So Tony Langley likes the wheel, so does Hasselplattner. Gives them a little bit more stability. They prefer the feel of the helm and the visibility of being able to stand up and steer the boat, seeing better all-round view. Whereas most helms in this fleet prefer the feel, the more direct feel of the tiller. But Phoenix in the mix in this race, in third just now. Bayou in ninth just now, trying to take places as best they can. So disappointment then for Patrick after that great first round to be down in 8th at the moment. Gladiator, I don't think making too many gains on this left side, but pretty much middle of the fleet just now. But have this clear lane going up the left again, using the boat speed, minimising the number of tacks and just consolidating just now. So Quantum very much in control. Wonder whether Phoenix can pull something out of the bag on this final run, second race of the day. So Quantum pretty much on ley line or close to it, I think. We saw certainly from the outset in Palma, we saw great dynamics in the afterguard with Victor Diaz de Leon and Nevin Snow sailing together for the first time with Evelyn Hull, and that afterguard is really coalescing, strengthening all the time and growing in confidence. such an experienced speed team. And a pretty happy dynamic just now, and you only see that going from strength to strength. Just trying to see who from the rest of the fleet, who would you be seeing as circuit title challengers at the moment? Obviously, you'd imagine that as time goes on, some more teams will emerge. You kind of think that regatta titles are becoming more and more valuable in this circuit. It used to be always that we focused so much on the end of season title, but the regatta titles are coveted just a little bit more than perhaps before. Definitely the different strands of breeze coming up this, as we noted before. You watch the different angles coming upwind. Again, if you look at the angle that Allegri are coming upwind compared to just 250 metres to the leeward sled. So Quantum Racing, powered by American Magic, just taking a little bit of hitch up to keep their air clear and keep a check on Allegri, but they're still low on ley line. But obviously just wanting to use the shifts as best they can. Certainly in control of this fleet in the meantime, but for sure it's quite shifty. Little strands of breeze, little gains and losses to be made in this final approach of the last mark of the day. So Quantum then leading around the top mark, second time up. They actually have Allegri quite close to them behind them. Felt like they gave a little bit away in the final approaches. Allegri very much in contention, going round in second. Round third will be Phoenix. So interesting, Phoenix, Tina Plattner driving with the wheels and doing a great job. Third, Platoon up in fourth, sled just behind them. Will there be any more gains coming down this second and final run? Sled pressing hard on the stern of Platoon. A little bit of a gap then back to Gladiator and Interlude. So Phoenix jibe at the mark. Go for the early jibe. Platoon just getting their kite set. Now let's watch and see what happens down this run. Phoenix going for the early jibe. May have a little bit of a shift. Quantum Racing, powered by American Magic, being pursued by Allegro. Platoon get breeze, setting their staysail. Platoon under pressure from sled. So there we go. Down this run, Phoenix certainly going for it, going out to the left, early jibe. Quantum going very nicely. Probably taken half a boat length out of Allegra since the top mark. So once again, Quantum sailing with speed all the way down this run. Little lull for Quantum momentarily. It's all about the trimmers working with the helmsman. So Allegra jibe early, or jibe before Quantum. Quantum just carry on. So might there be a gain to Phoenix going down that left side. Certainly Quantum pushing out as far as they want to the right. Very happy to do so. Remember, they lost a place in the previous race coming into the finish, but going into their jibe now. A nice smooth jibe. Notice how the crew use the dynamics, swinging the boat down, getting up to the weather side at the same time, just to maximise the drive as the boat flattens out. Still dynamics from high performance dinghy sailing. Now Phoenix look good to be out that left side. It's going to be all a question of pressure coming into this, whether Phoenix have got more pressure on that left side. To me, they're just looking round the bow of Quantum Racing, powered by American Magic. Phoenix certainly, if they can get the breeze coming out of that left side, maybe Ed Baird can pull something out of the bag. Of course, long-time skipper and helm, 3 times winner of the circuit with Quantum Racing, powered by American Magic. So he loves the rivalry. In the meantime, in the middle, Allegra. I see this as very much a 3-cornered fight into the finish line. And I kind of feel that Allegra gaining all the time in the middle. It's going to be all about the puff, the gusts, the acceleration into the finish. Who's picked the right lane? From Quantum's point of view, having come out to this right corner, if they then can't soak down to the line and end up having to rise up to find the breeze, they're losing what they came down here for. But they are accelerating nicely now. I see Allegra in the middle, but for Quantum have the advantage of not having to jibe. I don't think they should make it in one shoot, or maybe just a little bit high on the finish boat. Allegra will certainly have one to do to get to the line. So breeze has just got slightly lighter down this run, and Allegra lighter in the middle, and Quantum Racing coming back at them, just starved of breeze. Didn't quite have the wind they expected or had coming down, but they have the better angle, able to come up, keep the boat moving better than Allegra. But it's going to be a close finish for sure. I certainly have Allegra and Quantum bow to bow just now. Allegra appearing under the kite of Quantum Racing, powered by American Magic. Allegra will have the jibe to do. But it's close. And in fact, Quantum elected to jibe early. Very much bow to bow. So great race to the finish of this second contest of the day, second windward leeward. Nothing in it between Quantum and Allegra. It's all about getting the best puffs, the best gusts, and riding them. Really, really critical key transitions. The jibes, the manoeuvres are what can win and lose this race. And just picking the timing for the finish line. For the moment, Quantum sailing more directly to the line, but quite a bit of bias on the line. To me, the boat end of the line is slightly closer. Now I wonder whether Allegra have gone too far out to that left side. Quantum still under pressure from Phoenix. It's going to be key whether Allegra can get the breeze coming down. Seem to be a little bit lighter for sure. Closer to the finish line are Quantum Racing, powered by American Magic for the moment. They still have one jibe to do. Allegra have got less wind, sailing deeper for the meantime. So one jibing in for Quantum. So Quantum just a few metres from their third race win in 4 starts to extend their lead at the top of the regatta standings, not least with Interlude quite deep. Allegra come through in second. Phoenix, I think, should just be able to get across the top of Sled at the mark, so a good third place for Phoenix. Sled will get 4th. And coming down from the left, looking downwind, I think will be Harmuller Spreer on the Platoon. Next through will be Interlude, bow number 6. Paprec, a little bit of a recovery. to a certain extent. Gladiator coming towards our flag boat, or so the flag end of the line, the buoy end of the line. Now then, it's going to be very, very close between them and really close. Calling for a penalty on and a flag also from a Gladiator. So it was a close finish. We'll leave the umpires to sort that one out, but umpires are on the spot. We're just waiting to see what the flag is from our umpire, Bill O'Hara. But I think they're clear. So there we go. Nice win for Quantum Racing, powered by American Magic. 2 wins yesterday, 1 today, and step clear at the top of the table, not least because of that race from Value not able to impose themselves on the start line, kind of shut out towards the pin end of the line, but a good second for Allegra, and Phoenix very much in the mix. So there we go, that's our racing for the day. Quantum Racing, powered by American Magic, in the driver's seat here at the second regatta of the season, the XS 52 Super Series Newport Rhode Island Trophy. Day 2 done and dusted, and the hometown heroes still on top. So that's it for the day. We will would love to join us again tomorrow for the 3rd day of racing. Conditions expected to keep improving, certainly through the this part of the week. We'll see you then.
Palm Beach Motor Yachts is proud to support the XS52 Super Series Newport Rhode Island Trophy. The competitive spirit and drive for excellence is at the heart of all Palm Beach Motor Yachts. It's a privilege to showcase our 2 flagship models, the beautiful Palm Beach 70 and the exhilarating Palm Beach GT60, built using our proprietary V-Warp technology, delivering class-leading speed, performance, and unrivaled fuel efficiency. Experience a true yachtsman's powerboat. PalmBeachMotorYachts.com.
You are telling me your time